Say you're just learning Java and you get thrown into this Java 1 class and they're teaching you all these things about memory and consoles, and you're like, no, just please, can I just like fiddle with something? Well, I got news for you, because I'm going to show you a simple Java program right now. It's going to be a Magic 8 Ball program. It's going to be so much fun. I'm going to guide you through it step by step. What's up? It's Alex back again, helping you learn Java. On this channel, I make a Java tutorial just like this one every single week. So if you're new here, then consider subscribing. Today we're going to make a Magic 8 Ball program where the user will enter on their keyboard a question, and then when they hit enter, they'll get a randomly generated message from the Magic 8 Ball. So it could say like, reply hazy, try again, as I see it, yes, 8 ball, stuff like that. So let's get started. Right now, I'm in the program called Eclipse. It's just a programming environment. It lets us write our code and then run it and see the results. There are plenty of tutorials out there on how to install Eclipse, but if you want to see the one that I made, I'll link it on the screen right now. So once you have Eclipse, you're going to want to go to File, New, Java Project. And we'll call it like 8 Ball, like that, and hit Finish. Next, on the left here, you see that our 8 Ball project was created. So just click this little arrow next to it. That'll expand it. And then right-click on this source folder. Go up to New Class. This is going to be where we put our Java code. So I'm just going to name it something like Magic Ball. Hit this first check mark right here, public static void main, and then after that hit Finish. And you should get some code that looks like this. The very first thing we want to do with this Magic 8 Ball program is ask the user to enter a question. So like prompt them. And to prompt a user in Java, we're just going to print text to the screen. One of the first things you learn is how to print text to the screen, and we'll do that together right now. I just deleted that little green thing right there. It was like to do something like that. That's because since there's these 2 forward slashes here, that turns it into a comment, which means it doesn't do anything. So we can just delete that. Inside of these curly braces right here is what gets run when you click the green run button. So when we click the green run button right now, after we save it, then in the console window, this is where the results go. You'll see nothing come out. But if we put something like a print statement, so we'll print some text together, just type system.out.println, println, open and close parentheses, and then a semicolon. Inside of those parentheses, we're just going to write our prompt. So we can say, enter your question, like that, and just save it, and then run it. And now in the console window, you'll see enter your question be printed out. And you can change the text in here to anything. You could put in your name, and then your name would get printed out. We're just going to type enter your question. Now we're going to get the input from a user. The user should be able to now type their question, like am I going to get married, something like that. But if you type in this console window, you can't. It won't let you. You can enable people to type into the console window here by making a scanner and then using it. So we'll just make a scanner together right now. We'll just type scanner in your computer. Scanner, and then I like to name it scan, put an equal sign, new scanner, open close parentheses, and then a semicolon. You'll notice some red underlines here. Don't worry, we can fix that really easily by just hovering over it, hovering your cursor over it, and clicking import scanner java.util. And if you noticed, really quickly, it put this little statement up at the top. It's just telling Java that, hey, we're going to be using this scanner code, and let's bring that into our program. That's what an import statement does. Import whatever code you need into the program. You'll see more underlines. Don't worry, it's okay. It's saying, well, what do you want to use the scanner on? A scanner pretty much scans text, it like goes through the text of something and lets you use that text. But now it's saying, well, where's the text? Well, the text is going to be in this console window when the user types in a question. And that's just called system.in. It's like system input. So now if we save it and run it, if we try to type something, we're still not going to have text coming up. And you're probably like, whoa, Alex, you just said if we make this scanner, then we can type in here. What's the deal? Well, this is setting it up. We haven't actually used it yet. So to use it, we can just type the name of our scanner. In this case, is the second thing here, scan, and then a period. And we're just gonna type next in there. This gets the next word from wherever we said. And so we said the console window. So it gets the next word from the console window until the user hits enter. So I'll save it and run it. And now if we type in here, we can type. This little green text here is what we're typing into our keyboard. We hit enter, and then we can't type again, which is exactly what we want. To show you an example of how this works, let's just print out from the code we have before. We'll print out a variable called a, and we'll create a string variable a equal to scan.next. This takes that word that we enter and prints it out for us. So we'll save it and run it. We'll enter something like dog, hit enter, and now we see that the input we did is now on screen from this print statement, a. If we run it again and do dogs are awesome, it will just get dogs because it just gets the first word. In this case, since we're asking the user to ask a question while they're shaking the 8-ball, we don't really need the question, since we're going to create a random number generator to generate a random answer. So since we don't need the question, we can just kind of simulate entering and clicking enter and not store it. So we don't have to store anything, and it can just be like that. We can just have that original functionality of asking a question, will I get a master's degree? Hitting enter, and that's it. Once that's done, we'll close it, scan.close, to say, hey, you don't have to worry about the scanner anymore, we're done using it. So we prompted the user for a question, and now we can let the user enter a question and then hit enter. And this is where we would provide them with the response. So we would say like, as I see it, yes. If we save and run that, we enter something, do I like tacos? Enter, we see as I see it, yes. But if we run this a million times, the answer will always be as I see it, yes, because that's what we're printing every time. We want it to switch between different phrases. So let's first worry about our phrases, and then we'll randomize between them. So let's add a few more phrases here. I've got signs point to yes. Yeet. Signs point to yes. Reply hazy, try again. Don't count on it. And outlook not so good. I'm just going to zoom out here a little bit so we can see more of the program. If we save it and run this, we can enter a question, and then we get all of those responses. Well, let's try to understand how we can randomize each of these 5 phrases. There's a really easy way to generate random numbers between a range in Java, say between like 0 and 5. So we can just create one of those numbers, say an integer, set it equal to 0, say. Of course, name it like r. Pretend that r is like a random number. We can say if r is equal to 0, then we can print out this message. If the random number is equal to 1, then we can print this message, and so on. So the code for that is if, parentheses, if r is equal to, 2 equal signs means is equal to, and 1 equal sign is setting a value equal to something. So if r is equal to 0, then we want to print this first message, and that's as I see it, yes. I'll just stick that in there. So I'm just going to comment these out by putting 2 forward slashes. This just means that this code is going to be treated as like a comment. It's not going to actually get run, but we want to save these for later. If we save this and run this code, then we enter question, hit enter, and we get as I see it, yes. If we change this to 1, if the random number is 1, save it and run it, we do it, then we don't get anything, because since r is not equal to 0, this code doesn't get run at all. So we can fix that by doing else if r is equal to 1. This is just checking if it's a different number. That's what this else if is. Then we want to do this one. And we'll just continue that for each of the phrases. So if it's 2, then we'll do reply hazy, try again. If it's 3, then do don't count on it. And if r is equal to 4, then we'll do outlook not so good. And I'll just delete these. We save it and run it now. Enter question. Then now we get signs point to yes, since now r is equal to 1. So it runs this code and prints out sign point to yes. So now this last step here is just to create that random number, and then the prompts will get handled for us. To create a random number in Java is super simple. It's just like one or two lines more. Just like we brought in a scanner code to help us scan text from the user, we can bring in the random code. So just type random like that. Call it something like rand. It doesn't matter. And say equals new random. Some parentheses and then a semicolon. This is exactly like this format up here. Scanner scan equals new scanner. Random rand equals new random. Got the red underlines just like before, so just hover over it. Click that import random. That puts this at the top and lets us use that random code. And replace this one with rand.nextInt and put a 5 in there. This brings in a random number generator, and we use it by doing the name of the random number generator, .nextInt. And this number in here is like the range. So this will generate a random number between 0 and 4, actually, not 5. Kind of weird, but that's how it works. So we'll save it and run it. We'll enter a question here. We'll say, is it going to be nice outside today? Hit enter, and then we see, as I see it, yes. Let's try another one, since we've got that one before. Will I have a good birthday this year? Enter, reply hazy, try again. So we get a new message. And this is pretty sweet. For some bonus extra credit, what we can do is just print out what that random number generator is. So we'll say print out R. Here's all the code. If you need to pause the video and make sure everything's working for you, then you can do that. And now, if we run it, we should see what that random number is, and we can check if it's right. So we've got our 8-ball, we're shaking it. We're gonna say, did my dogs have a good walk today? Did they? Outlook not so good. I guess they didn't. And you see that random number is 4, and 4 is the Outlook not so good message. So I hope this was a fun little program for you to start learning Java with. I like doing simple Java projects just to help beginners out and have some fun. But yeah, if you liked it, please leave a like. Maybe share this with some friends if you think it might help them. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments down below, and I'll see you next week. Have a great day.